Konnichiwa and welcome to Sumo Prime Time's live coverage of Day 13 of the September Grand Sumo Tournament coming your way from Kokugikan, the home of sumo here in Tokyo, Japan. I'm Hiro Morita with the play-by-play and the commentary today. Now, exciting day of Ozumo, 3 days to go in this autumn extravaganza. And what a tournament we have here in Tokyo because as you know, the leader of the pack after 13 days is a Maegashira 15 rank-and fighter, 21-year-old AOIYAMA. Now we'll get to that the championship race in a little bit, but we'll be with you for the next 2 hours till 6 p.m. Japan time to bring you all about in Makuuchi and perhaps more if we have some interviews coming your way. Now, just like always, we would like to chat with you during the show, so please join us by chatting us and sending your comments, suggestions, and questions. We love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, remember, it is Sumo Prime Time's goal to reach 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. We're on our way. We're getting close to 40,000 subscribers to the channel. So please help us get to that goal. Now, as many of you might know that we will have a special guest coming and joining us in the latter half of this show. So please stay tuned for the entire show and meet our very special guest here on day 13. Who do you think it is? We'll give you an answer because you will know in about 45, 50 minutes or so because he will be joining us primarily in the second half of Makuuchi Action Day 13. Now, let's get to the leaderboard. After 12 days, AOIYAMA is the sole leader at 10-2. He is being trailed by two men, Takasho and Takayasu, each man at 9 wins and 3 losses. And there are 7 men still in 2 behind AOIYAMA, and they are DAISHOHO, KINBOZAN, MITAKEUMI, HOKUSEIHO. So there you have it. Those are the title contenders heading into day 13. 3 more days, and AOIYAMA is the youngest. Now, before we move on, I must admit, time I was here on day 2, I picked Kotonowaka, the new Sekiwake, as the top contender and to win everything here in Tokyo. But I guess I was wrong. I guess he is 6-6 after 12 days. But he is competing at his 3rd highest rank for the first time. So let's give him a break. But I don't think I need to apologize for getting my prediction wrong because who expected the 21-year-old AOIYAMA to be in the title race, deep in this tournament, and 3 days to go. Again, he is a sole leader, so I'm not trying to make any excuses, but let's face it, it's been one unpredictable contest here in Tokyo, and who knows, we could have more twists and turns before this baby is over, so keep your eye on the tournament. And before we move on, I'd like to thank all our viewers watching Sumo Prime Time live coverage of Day 13, and thank you so much for always checking our programs content. We always love to hear from you as well. Now, so final 3 days, we might have more exciting upsets and twists and turns. So keep your eye on the tournament. Right now, one of the main reasons we are having this kind of somewhat exciting but chaotic tournament at the same time is that men who are competing at the upper echelons, namely the Sanyaku men, those are above Komusubi, aren't living up to their standards, in my opinion. With the addition of Ryu to the 2nd highest rank of Ozeki, I had expected that there are 3 Ozeki right now. So I expected maybe 3 Ozeki or the other Sekiwake or Komusubi to be raising their game level and contend for the championship. But that's not the case we're having right now. They're failing to meet their standards. All right, now let's check up on how they are doing those upper echelons. Yokozuna TAKANOSHO, of course, he's out with an herniated disc and diabetes, so we cannot blame him because he's not in the tournament. Ozeki Kirishima 7-5, Takakesho is 9-3, so he's the exception. he is in contention. So let's give Takakeisho a lot of credit. Ozeki Kirishima 7-5. Hoshoryu is 6-6. Daisho 8-4, 7-5. Wakamoto Haru Koto no Waka is 6-6. Nishikigi 6-6. Tobizaru is 5-7. So again, only Takakeisho has kept things on the right side of the ledger, so to speak. But we're having a very chaotic tournament. Sumo Primetime interview at Tamifuji prior to the basho, and he was saying that he worked on 3 things: keeping his hips low, center of gravity low, and just concentrate on moving forward and hone his skill of fighting in right hand inside, left hand outside. So that's been working for him. The one reason I think the top contenders, the upper echelons, are having a hard time this basho is that I think they are chasing after the numbers instead of trying to concentrate on doing a quality style of sumo to move up in the higher rankings. And I think those men are just racking up wins instead of doing quality of sumo. So in the hope in the future, let's hope that they, by honing their skills and doing better style of sumo instead of just thinking about racking up numbers. And that's my take. And that's why Tamifuji is the leader of the pack after 12 days, because he concentrates on keeping himself, getting better and stronger by doing his style of sumo. All right, before we get to the Makuuchi action, we will switch over the camera and we will show you the bouts in the first half in a bigger screen. So let's please allow us a little break. We'll be back very soon. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining us. And as you can see that we have pretty much the bouts on full screen. First match on day 13, we have TAKARAFUJI 5-7. You're looking at the CHIYOSHOMA, who's at 2-10. CHIYOSHOMA coming in with 4 straight losses, back-to-back Makuuchi from the man from Mongolia. And he allowed Tamawashi, also from Mongolia, to score his first win yesterday. That was an exciting match, wasn't it? All right, TAKARAFUJI, if he loses, he will suffer a Makuuchi that's a losing record. It's a big deal if you fight when you fight 15 days for the tournament. Scoring more than 8 wins is kachikoshi. That's more wins than losses. That's what everybody shoots for, because you're guaranteed promotion to higher rank. But if you have a Makuuchi losing record, if you lose more than 8 matches, that's not good. Okay, so here we go. TAKARAFUJI 5-7, CHIYOSHOMA 2-10. They met 18 times. CHIYOSHOMA leads the series 10-8. There they go. CHIYOSHOMA with a great initial charge, but TAKARAFUJI pushes back. TAKARAFUJI goes inside. TAKARAFUJI with a strong shove, the coup de grace with, and TAKARAFUJI takes the match, and TAKARAFUJI stays. Job well done by TAKARAFUJI today. Looks like he wins by Oshidashi, I would say. When you say Oshidashi frontal push out. So TAKARAFUJI moves to 6-7. CHIYOSHOMA 2-11. 5 straight losses now for CHIYOSHOMA. TAKARAFUJI wins for the first time in 3 days. Oshidashi it is. That's the winning technique for TAKARAFUJI. TAKARAFUJI normally likes to fight with his left hand inside, right hand outside, but CHIYOSHOMA tried everything to prevent TAKARAFUJI from getting that grip. He did a good job, but TAKARAFUJI weathered out the storm and got himself a nice position to attack. And he didn't have to rely on his mawashi game today. he just went forward and with a strong determination, he just shoved CHIYOSHOMA back and out. So nice win for TAKARAFUJI. TAKARAFUJI tomorrow, let's see, TAKARAFUJI will fight KAGAYAKI, and CHIYOSHOMA meets MYOGIRYU on day 14 tomorrow. Next up, it is ENDO and NISHIKIFUJI. NISHIKIFUJI at ENDO. NISHIKIFUJI on the left-hand side is 4 wins and 8 losses. ENDO at 7 and 5. So ENDO's Kachikoshi is at the doorstep. See if he can get it. He comes in with back-to-back losses. Now, ENDO, interesting story here because ENDO started with 3 straight losses from the opening day, but put together 7 consecutive wins, but comes in here on day 13 with back-to-back losses. But ENDO still, he's got his sights set on getting that Kachikoshi, more wins than losses secured today here on day 13. Now, NISHIKIFUJI 4 and 8, he wants to stop bleeding because he comes in with 5 straight losses. This man, NISHIKIFUJI, right here, he suffered his Makuuchi yesterday, a losing record. And yeah, KOTOEKO's speed, his opponent was KOTOEKO yesterday, was too fast and too just brilliant for NISHIKIFUJI. But NISHIKIFUJI is another youngster. We're hoping big things out of him. Not too young, 27 years of age, but he works at the Isegahama Bear. That's one of the hardest training hair or stables of all of sumo. So I'm sure NISHIKIFUJI is learning a lot, and he's going to get better and stronger because Yokozuna Terunofuji also belongs to NISHIKIFUJI's stable of Isegahama. So, of course, Atami Fuji, the tournament sole leader, is also from Isegahama Bear. So strong momentum in the hair of Isegahama. Of course, MIDORIFUJI also from Isegahama stable. All right, let's see what he can do against ENDO. Both men like to fight with the left hand inside, right hand outside grip. That's their go-to weapons. Hidari yotsu, what they call it. And NISHIKIFUJI will try to get that grip, while ENDO might use his pushing and thrusting attack to, maintain the separation because ENDO is pretty good in his own right in the pushing and thrusting. So we'll see how this unfolds. They have met 3 times in the past. NISHIKIFUJI leads the series 2-1. And in the July meeting in the previous tournament, NISHIKIFUJI got beat by ENDO when ENDO seized a firm, shallow grip right hand right away and drove him back and out. Now, ENDO again, he is ready to get that Kachikoshi, his 8th win, and so he can breathe much better. He can exhale if he can get that Kachikoshi today, because he does not want to wait and procrastinate his Kachikoshi security into the final 2 days. Here we go. It is NISHIKIFUJI 4 and 8, ENDO 7 and 5, ENDO with the Kachikoshi, more wins than losses on the line in this match. Pretty strong charge by ENDO, hoping to get an inside position, circling away, but NISHIKIFUJI gets beat by ENDO. ENDO gets his win number 8, and that's a Kachikoshi. He secures a majority of wins in this 15-day meet. So ENDO is a happy camper. After 13 days, he now has a winning record 8 and 5. NISHIKIFUJI 4 and 9. What a drive ENDO put on NISHIKIFUJI today. I think he was trying to get that right hand inside with a shallow grip on NISHIKIFUJI. NISHIKIFUJI didn't like it, so he tried to block ENDO by circling away, try to escape, but ENDO completely shut him down. So ENDO is the winner. ENDO's opponent on day 14 is a good one, SHONANNOUMI, who's competing in his second Makuuchi contest. NISHIKIFUJI will try to rebound. By the way, that's NISHIKIFUJI's 6th straight losses. And NISHIKIFUJI will try to rebound when he meets HIRADOUMI tomorrow on day 14. Good matches so far. Let's move on to the next match. It is MIDORIFUJI, NISHIKIFUJI's stablemate from Isegahama Bear. He's at 7 and 5, and he's meeting KOTOSHOHO. KOTOSHOHO is at 5 and 7. So interesting enough, if MIDORIFUJI gets a win here, he secures more wins than losses. Kachikoshi, again, very important word. And if KOTOSHOHO loses, he suffers a Makuuchi. Losing record. So KOTOSHOHO will try everything he can to win the remainder of his matches in the final 3 days so he can stay Makekoshi free. Makekoshi is something everybody wants to avoid. All right, these two folks have met 4 times in the past, and MIDORIFUJI and KOTOSHOHO are dead even 2 wins apiece. But MIDORIFUJI has won the last 2 meetings. All right, so MIDORIFUJI won by Oshidashi in March. That's the last time they met. The interesting thing about MIDORIFUJI, he has 7 wins, and 4 of those wins are by his go-to weapon, Katasukashi under shoulder swing downs. He's won 4 by Katasukashi under shoulder swing down. So watch out whenever he slips that right hand inside or left hand outside upper body grip on his opponent, because he doesn't waste his opportunity. He will go in for the kill with that lethal weapon. It is very exciting to watch MIDORIFUJI. Now, speaking of KOTOSHOHO, this will be his 4th consecutive losing record if he loses 1 more in the final 3 days. So KOTOSHOHO, again, he wants to rise to the occasion in the final 3 days to leave Tokyo with a Kachikoshi, more wins than losses. A sold-out crowd on hand here on day 13 of the September tournament. It's been sold out. The tickets have been all sold out even before the tournament started. So thank you so much. By the way, if you have came to the Kokugikan, or if you're planning to come to the Kokugikan, thank you so much for buying the tickets and coming to watch sumo live. All right, let's get to MIDORIFUJI 7-5 against the KOTOSHOHO 5-7 match. Look out for the inside position. MIDORIFUJI taking a lot of punishment from KOTOSHOHO. KOTOSHOHO keeping MIDORIFUJI at bay. MIDORIFUJI gains the inside position, but a Kotenage arm lock for a swinging MIDORIFUJI's KOTOSHOHO. KOTOSHOHO looks to be overwhelming MIDORIFUJI, but MIDORIFUJI goes inside. MIDORIFUJI backpeals. Double inside position by MIDORIFUJI, the little man. KOTOSHOHO keeping MIDORIFUJI right in front of him. Good work by KOTOSHOHO. Good defense. But MIDORIFUJI has what he wants, the inside position. He wants to execute another Katasukashi, but KOTOSHOHO blocking MIDORIFUJI's intentions. What a match. This one has turned into a war of attrition. KOTOSHOHO is back to us. MIDORIFUJI the other way. MIDORIFUJI wants to overcome his size differential. MIDORIFUJI taking a lot of time, being careful. KOTOSHOHO showing a lot of patience as well. Let's see what KOTOSHOHO does against MIDORIFUJI. Looks like KOTOSHOHO is waiting for MIDORIFUJI to make his move. MIDORIFUJI again has what he wants, the inside position. He is looking for a great timing, the nicely timed Katasukashi, but KOTOSHOHO knows the go-to weapon from MIDORIFUJI, so he's doing a good job defensively. He goes for the Kotenage with the right KOTOSHOHO. MIDORIFUJI goes for the Shitatenage or Suinage. Either way, MIDORIFUJI, the little man, takes the match with a beautiful throw, and he slams KOTOSHOHO down to the clay. MIDORIFUJI gets the Kachikoshi, more wins than losses secured here on day 13. A Makekoshi, 4th consecutive Makekoshi for KOTOSHOHO. So let's hope KOTOSHOHO bounces back quick, but MIDORIFUJI outlasts to take 3 for MIDORIFUJI. What a match, huh? I mean, I think it took more than a minute, or maybe close to 2 minutes, but after that, MIDORIFUJI more gas or mood, more juice than KOTOSHOHO, and in the end, he kind of overpowered KOTOSHOHO, much bigger than himself. So this is one thing there are no weight classes in sumo, and you just saw David versus Goliath, and the little man slaying the giant. MIDORIFUJI, congratulations. By the way, MIDORIFUJI tomorrow will fight DAISHOHO while KOTOSHOHO meets RYUDEN. Yes, thank you very much for joining us here on day 13 of the September tournament. I'm Hiro Morita. Thank you so much for always watching and checking out our program, Sumo Prime Time. Thanks to your support, we now have over 35,000 subscribers. We're getting close to 40,000. And again, our goal is to reach the 50,000 mark by the end of this year. We hope to get there. And so thank you and for supporting us all the time. All right, let's move on to the next match. We have a man from Bulgaria. This man, AOIYAMA, kind of struggling this time with 3 wins and 9 losses. He meets Hiradoumi at 4-8. So both men with losing records this time.
東方、AOIYAMA
、These two have met 5 times in the past. AOIYAMA has the lead 3-2. The last time they met was in May. Hiradoumi won by Oshidashi. How often can you win by Oshidashi push-out over AOIYAMA? It's very seldom because AOIYAMA is a burly, strong, heavy pusher thruster. So if you can defeat AOIYAMA in that strong pushing and thrusting style, Hiradoumi is coming along. And Hiradoumi, the youngster, 23 years old, is hoping to defeat this man once again. Hiradoumi comes in after defeating KOTOSHOHO yesterday. AOIYAMA enters day 13, this match with 3 straight losses. Now, AOIYAMA ranks at number 14 on the east side of Maegashira. So that means I think AOIYAMA needs to rack up a few more wins if he wants to secure his stay in Makuuchi. Otherwise, let's say if he loses the remainder of the matches here in Tokyo, I think he will lose his Makuuchi status, and that's not what AOIYAMA is hoping for. So AOIYAMA, hard pusher thruster against Hiradoumi. I think Hiradoumi's game plan is to absorb first AOIYAMA's charge and try to seize his favorite shallow grip either with the left hand or right hand and stop AOIYAMA's charge. So Hiradoumi wants to stay tight with AOIYAMA. In the meantime, AOIYAMA wants the separation and make his pushing and thrusting effective. Here we go. Oh, Hiradoumi jumps the gun. It's a no-no. They need to put their fists on the dohyo and start the match on a mutual consent, and they have to start kind of simultaneously. And that was a little hasty move by Hiradoumi. He needs to be a little more patient. All right, Kimura Akijiro, the Gyoji has turned Gunbai forward. Time to fight. AOIYAMA, look at that. Pummeling Hiradoumi. Hiradoumi gets a shallow grip. He rallies. Hiradoumi goes down. He does the somersault. AOIYAMA strong thrust. Way too much for Hiradoumi to handle. Good job of rallying against AOIYAMA. He stopped AOIYAMA's charge momentarily, but AOIYAMA, I mean, once he was going to stop, and then when he squared up against the Hiradoumi once again, he knew what to do with the much smaller opponent Hiradoumi. He was able to slap him down with a strong slaps. So Hataki Komi is AOIYAMA's winning technique. So AOIYAMA goes to 4-9. Again, I think this is a very important win for AOIYAMA. I would like to see AOIYAMA pick up one more win to secure his stay in Makuuchi. Thank you very much for the super chat coming in from Dan Altamura. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you for your hard work, Hiro-san, and Kobayashi-san, my cameraman, my partner right there. He's right over there. He's in big smiles. Thank you, Mr. Dan or Mrs. Dan Altamura. Sorry if I get it wrong, but anyway, is there any chance for you guys to visit Musashigawa Bear? Wow, that's what we are planning to do very soon. Musashigawa Bear, run by former Yokozuna Musashi Maru, and that's one stable we'd like to visit soon. So thank you very much for your suggestions, and we will try to execute our plan in the near future. So please look forward to that, Dan Altamura. Thank you so much. All right, moving right along to the next match here on day 13. It is KOTOEKO versus KAGAYAKI on the dohyo. KOTOEKO 5-7. KAGAYAKI with a losing record of 4-8. By the way, as I said earlier, in the second half, we will be joined by a very special guest, former Makuuchi Yukishi. So do not go anywhere. Please look forward to seeing and meeting my partner, special partner for day 13. He's coming up in about half an hour. All right, moving on. Again, KOTOEKO 5-7, so he has to win all 3 matches here in the fall tournament to stay Makekoshi free. KAGAYAKI, in the meantime, unfortunately,
呼び出しは
has
0
a
時
Makuuchi losing record.
行事
So
は
Kagayaki
木村
came
元
back
樹であ
to
ります
Makuuchi side of things from Juryo. Juryo is the second tier division. He competed in Juryo the last time. He went 9-6. He made his way back, but it could be a quick stay for Kagayaki in Makuuchi. He could be back into Juryo side of things in November. KOTOEKO, of course, he wants to go back to his hometown of Miyazaki Prefecture. That's in the island of Kyushu. He'll be making his homecoming in the November tournament. So KOTOEKO is very important for KOTOEKO to pick up those 8 wins. See how they do. They have faced off overall 15 times in the past, and KOTOEKO has the edge 8-7. So close rivalry between KOTOEKO and Kagayaki. Let's see what happens here. In the last time they met, Kagayaki won by Oshidashi in May. Kagayaki, I heard his stable master, former Sekiwake Akinoshima Takadagawa Oyakata, saying that this man needs to build more consistency. Of course, he has hard pushing and thrusting attack, and he can also fight on the mawashi going chest to chest. But he has to come up with a real solid go-to weapon, and so he can become consistent. So I think a little more practice, a little more hard work, and more I guess more research into his style of sumo would elevate his game level. Kagayaki is right now 29 years old. He's facing off against 31-year-old KOTOEKO. By the way, you see the Rikishi throwing salt on the ring, and that's because in Japan, salt is believed to have cleansing power over evil spirits. So in sumo, of course, this is not just a sport, but also a Shinto ritual. And since this is a Shinto ritual, these Rikishi throw salt to purify the ring and body before they fight. It's very important. So here we go, the match between KOTOEKO and Kagayaki. Should be a nice match. KOTOEKO likes to fight with his right hand inside, and he is a speedster. He can smoke his opponent. He's small, but he's very strong. Kagayaki would like to stop his charge, maybe pound KOTOEKO with his thrusting attack and find a good rhythm in his offensive attack. There they go. Good job, Kagayaki. Kagayaki keeping KOTOEKO at dead center. KOTOEKO gets his go-to weapon, the right hand inside, and he smokes Kagayaki. I told you KOTOEKO likes to fight with that Miyotsu style, right hand inside, left hand outside, and as soon as he established that position, KOTOEKO just did not waste any time. No hesitation whatsoever in KOTOEKO's part. He went forward and he dispatches Kagayaki in a dominating fashion. So KOTOEKO moves up to 6-7. That's his 4th consecutive win. Kagayaki loses for the 4th straight time. Kagayaki loses for the 5th straight day. Sorry about that. Kagayaki worsens his record to 4-9. KOTOEKO fights AOIYAMA tomorrow. Kagayaki will meet TAKARAFUJI on day 14. It's really hard to believe we only have 2 days remaining after today here in the fall tourney. Time flies whenever sumo goes on because I love sumo, you love sumo, and when we watch sumo, everything happens so quickly. After this tournament, we have only one more tournament within 2023. That'll be the November tournament that'll be taking place in Kyushu or Fukuoka, southwestern Japan. All right, SADANOUMI and OHO about to lock horns. SADANOUMI enters day 13 fray with 5-7 record. His opponent OHO is 4-8. Now, interesting thing about this matchup is that SADANOUMI has the lead 4-3 against OHO in their 7 meetings. But having said that, OHO has won in each of their past 3 meetings. So OHO now has the momentum against SADANOUMI in the recent meetings. OHO won by Tsukidashi thrust out over SADANOUMI in July. OHO displayed his superb thrusting skill and manhandled SADANOUMI in that tournament. Now, Sadanoumi is another combatant entering day 13 with 5 wins, 7 losses. So his back is against the wall. He has no margin for error. Suffers one more loss. It's a Makuuchi losing record, and that's not Sadanoumi wants. Sadanoumi wants to rack up 3 more wins to leave the fall tourney with a Kachikoshi. More wins than losses secured and move up in the rankings. He's now fighting at Maegashira 12. Kind of low Maegashira. By the way, his father was a former komusubi. Komusubi is the 4th highest rank of the sport, and that's one of Sadanomi's long-time goals, to match his father's accomplishment, going toe-to-toe with his father by making komusubi in the future. Sadanoumi is a 36-year-old veteran, but I think he's still growing and getting better, so don't give up on Sadanoumi. I don't. All right, his opponent, Oho, speaking of this thoroughbred in sumo, Oho is it. Remember, Oho's father was former Sekiwake Takatoriki. His grandfather was a 32-time champion Taiho. So Oho, many are expecting great things out of this man. Oho, a lot of people are calling him one of the men as the next big thing. And Oho certainly has the body, and he competes at Maegashira 7, but we would like to see Oho rise to Sanyaku and above and compete at a much higher level. I think he's capable of doing it. He has all the right tools, but so he needs things to just click for him in the near future. So let's go, Sadanoumi and Oho. So far we've seen some great technique sound sumo by a lot of the combatants. And Sadanoumi and Oho, with the Kimura Motoki being the Gyoji in the middle. Thank you very much, wherever you may be. It's day 13 of the September tournament, Sumo Prime Times live. And thank you so much. Thank you for all the chat coming in. Thank you for applauding me for giving you a lot of information. Thank you so much. So Pico Lagvi Lava. Sarah, you were in Tokyo to watch Yahaku's retirement ceremony. That's great. And greetings from Russia, says Peter. Thank you so much too. And we just love all the chats coming in and greeting me and telling me that how wonderful this show is, how wonderful this live feed is as well. So here we go, Sadanoumi and Oho. Sadanoumi 5-7, Oho 4-8. Here they go. Oho pounding away. Oho, look at good defense, but shown by Sadanoumi. Sadanoumi catches Oho in strong style, going deep inside of Oho, and he drives Oho back and out. So Oho started out nice and strong with his thrusts, but Sadanoumi held his ground. He was able to slip that left hand inside deep right hand shot on Oho, and after that, he just turned on his afterburners and he just drove Oho back and out. Sadanoumi with a convincing victory. He goes to 6-7, so he still has pulse. He can get a Kachikoshi with back-to-back wins to finish the September tournament. Sadanomi's opponent tomorrow will be Takanosho. Oho now has a 4-9 record. He meets Tamawashi, the 38-year-old Iron Man, on day 14. So Sadanoumi looking very confident after his match today. So that was his first win in 4 days. So let's hope Sadanoumi keep things on the right side of the ledger the rest of the way. Next match, it pits MYOGIRYU 7-5 against RYUDEN the other way around, 5 wins and 7 losses. So Sadanoumi had just won it with Yoriki. MYOGIRYU and RYUDEN have met 9 times in the past. RYUDEN has the lead 5-4, and RYUDEN has won in each of their last 3 meetings. As we take a RYUDEN won strong style yesterday with that Watenage. I love that throw. RYUDEN is very powerful and very he's got a nifty technique. Once he gets a grip on his opponent's belt, he enters day 13 with 3 consecutive wins. Now, here's another Rikishi. He needs to keep on winning the rest of the way because one more loss, he will have a losing record. MYOGIRYU on the other side, he has 3 days, including today, to secure his Kachikoshi, more wins than losses, the majority of wins in this 15-day contest in Tokyo. But MYOGIRYU, he doesn't want any dilly-dally. He wants to get it right here today by defeating Ryuden. So he can just relax a little bit when he goes home. But we'll see how he does against Ryuden today. Hello from Sweden, Ole Andersson. Thank you very much. And we have a lot of people chatting me, and it says RDG says, let's go, MYOGIRYU. All right, but I'm sure there are plenty of fans saying, let's go, Ryuden. Okay, now these two met. The last time they met was in July in the previous tournament. MYOGIRYU slipped both hands inside, which appeared to be a nice Morodashi double inside grip, but Ryuden had the answer as he countered with a strong Kotenage arm lock throw. Yeah, Ryuden fights well. Once he finds himself in a defensive position, he can rally from that position by holding his ground and improving his position, and he can turn things around toward the end. So Ryuden always fights with a never say die attitude mindset. MYOGIRYU is fast and fierce. As a 36-year-old, he will turn 37 next month on October 22nd, but MYOGIRYU is still strong, healthy, and fantastic with the sumo. So here is Ryuden, has no margin for error at 7 losses. Powerful performance last night with the overarm throw. See what he does against MYOGIRYU, a very fast opponent. By the way, MYOGIRYU yesterday, he fell into MIDORIFUJI's trap, that Katasukashi trap. He allowed MIDORIFUJI to gain that inside position, and he was taken down by MIDORIFUJI with MIDORIFUJI's signature maneuver, the under shoulder swing down. So let's watch 7 and 5 MYOGIRYU taking on Ryuden 5 and 7. This confrontation should be a good one between two veterans. Ryuden, of course, this man wants to extend his winning streak to 4. The tachiai, the initial charge. Good charge by Ryuden. Sidestepping is MYOGIRYU. MYOGIRYU dealing with Ryuden nicely with a shallow grip, buries his forehead against Ryuden's chest. Ryuden in a very defensive posture, but as I said earlier, he can improve his position from here. He wants to raise MYOGIRYU's upper body or the center of gravity with the left hand upper body grip he has on MYOGIRYU. Ryuden getting set. Ryuden kind of attacking MYOGIRYU, but MYOGIRYU showing a solid defense. MYOGIRYU stays low. Ryuden wants to bring MYOGIRYU's center of gravity, but again, MYOGIRYU now gets his drive going, and he steps on the gas, and he defeats Ryuden. MYOGIRYU wins, and Ryuden, that's a Makuuchi for Ryuden. Ryuden is now 5 and 8. MYOGIRYU 8 and 5. Kachikoshi, more wins than losses secured for MYOGIRYU. So congratulations to the 36-year-old veteran MYOGIRYU, picking up his 8th win here on day 13. Yeah, Sofiko-san says, hey, Morita-san, SPT, Sumo Prime Time should do this more often. The live broadcast, we are trying to work on it, and that's our intention to do it. Maybe not every day in the near future, but we like to increase the number of times we come to you live during grand tournaments. So thank you for your opinion, and we're working on it as we speak. All right, so Ryuden and the MYOGIRYU match is ended. MYOGIRYU will fight CHIYOSHOMA tomorrow. Ryuden meets KOTOSHOHO. Moving right along to the next match, it is KINBOZAN at 8 wins and 7 losses. The man from Kazakhstan who secured his Kachikoshi, more wins than losses yesterday. Shonannoumi is his opponent. He comes in with an even record of 6 wins and 6 losses. Two big men on the dojo, Kinbozan 193 centimeters. He weighs 180 kilos. And the SHONANNOUMI, same height, 193 centimeters and 185 kilos. So two colossus fighting against each other. Diana Vasquez, thank you so much for sending in your super chat. Diana says, another excellent live event. We're worth staying up until 2 a.m. and hakioi. Thank you very much, Diana Vasquez. Thank you so much for your support and super chat, and thank you always for supporting our channel. We love you. All right, let's watch Kinbozan and Shonan-no-Umi. Now, Kinbozan, you have to give this man a lot of credit because we hear that Kinbozan has been dealing with a lot of pain around his neck area that he suffered in the previous tournament. And the Kinbozan was saying that, yes, it is hurting him and he's not able to practice as much as he wants to these days. So I believe after this basho or the tournament is over, he will try to take care of his body well and hope to be back in near his top form at least by the time the November tournament begins in Fukuoka in about a couple of months. But that said, dealing with the neck pain and scoring 8 wins, that's very impressive. Man from Kazakhstan is 26 years old. He fights well with his pushing and thrusting attacks. So even though he's banged up around his upper body, he can keep his opponents away with his long arms, thick long arms, and defeat his opponent with his pushing and thrusting, and not allow his opponent to come inside and have to deal with, very tight body situation. All right, here is Shonan-no-Umi. I'm very impressed with this man. He made his pro debut in the 2014 March tournament. So it has taken him more than 9 years to break into the top Makuuchi division. So well-deserving promotion to Makuuchi. He did that in the last tournament. He's competing in his second Makuuchi contest. He's got a couple of stablemates in the top division. RYUDEN and KAGAYAKI both hail from Shonan-no-Umi's Takadagawa Bear. So great workout environment that always helps to improve. All right, Shonan-no-Umi is 25 years old. Shonan-no-Umi likes to fight with his left hand inside, right hand outside, chest to chest. So this will be a match between Kinbozan, who wants to keep the separation and attack with his pushing and thrusting offense. On the other side, Shonan-no-Umi wants to get a good grip on Kinbozan and defeat him in that Yotsuzumo or the grappling on the Mawashi. So let's get things going. Shikimori Kandayu is the Gyoji, the referee in the middle. See what kind of game plan Shonan-no-Umi attacks Kinbozan with. Good charge by Kinbozan. Kinbozan, look at him go. The leg drive, he kind of limps toward the end. Hope he's okay. But the Kinbozan racks up his 9th win without breaking a sweat. So Kinbozan is the victor. He goes to 9-4 with an impressive victory over Shonan-no-Umi. So Kinbozan wins by Oshidashi push out tomorrow. He meets Kotonowaka. So Kotonowaka, you better be ready, new Sekiwake, because Kinbozan is coming in with a lot of momentum. He's now picked up the pace with 4 consecutive wins. Shonan-no-Umi loses 6-7, so he has no margin for error with 7 losses. Tomorrow he meets Endo. Job well done by Kinbozan. Kinbozan kept Shonan-no-Umi off his Mawashi, did not allow Shonan-no-Umi to touch his belt, because if Shonan-no-Umi had that belt grip, Kinbozan would have been in trouble. So Kinbozan, good job, 9th win, keeping his perhaps he's still in contention with 4 losses, but he's still 2 wins behind the tournament leader, who is TAMAWASHI, who is at 10-2. So a little hope for Kinbozan, but not a whole lot. Right, let's move on to the next match. It is TAKANOSHO 5-7 against HOKUSEIHO, who enters with 8-4 record. TAKANOSHO and HOKUSEIHO have met twice. TAKANOSHO has 2-0 edge, so HOKUSEIHO is hoping to defeat TAKANOSHO for the first time in his professional career. Super chat coming in for Hakeoi, Sumo News and Stats. Thank you so much. And it says, nice thing that you are streaming sumo for us. I'll share this channel on my Twitter. Thank you, Hakeoi, Sumo News and Stats. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us and sending in your super chat. TAKANOSHO and HOKUSEIHO. TAKANOSHO, yeah, his back is against the wall. He is on the ropes as he's got 7 losses already. TAKANOSHO is a hard pusher thruster. Remember, he used to compete at Sekiwake, which is the 3rd highest rank on a regular basis. I remember him competing at Sekiwake for 4 consecutive tournaments. But these days, he's down in Maegashira the most of the time. So he has what it takes. He's a stablemate of Takakeisho, so they fight. I mean, they practice together and in a good, real workout environment. Also, Takakento from Juryo is also in that Tokiwayama pair. And his opponent, HOKUSEIHO, also has a lot of representatives in the top 2 divisions. And HOKUSEIHO is at Maegashira 11-8-4. Unfortunately, his stablemate, Hakuoho, is out this time with a left shoulder injury. We expect Hakuoho to be back in action, not in November, but by the January tournament. At least that's what his stable master, former Yokozuna Hakuho, has told us. So let's hope Hakuoho is on the mend. HOKUSEIHO 8-4. HOKUSEIHO, I love the way how he fought yesterday. He kept himself low. He usually fights just standing up, with his back straight with the left arm on his opponent's mawashi. But yesterday, he stayed low. He was bending his knees, and he was fighting in a real decent posture. And if he can do that with his power, I think he can beat just about anybody in the game. So HOKUSEIHO improving his sumo. At least that's what I saw yesterday. TAKANOSHO is his opponent. So here we go. TAKANOSHO hoping to win for the first time in 4 days. HOKUSEIHO enters day 13 with 6 consecutive wins. So who's going to win? TAKANOSHO versus HOKUSEIHO. TAKANOSHO with a great attack, but HOKUSEIHO holds his ground. TAKANOSHO with a Nodowa stiff arm snap down attempt by HOKUSEIHO, and HOKUSEIHO defeats TAKANOSHO in strong fashion. A Makekoshi losing record for TAKANOSHO. 5-8. HOKUSEIHO goes to 9-4 with his 7th consecutive win. So HOKUSEIHO defeats TAKANOSHO. Let's see who they fight tomorrow. HOKUSEIHO meets Tsurugisho, and TAKANOSHO will fight SADANOUMI, but a strong style by HOKUSEIHO. HOKUSEIHO is so big and strong. TAKANOSHO had a nice, I'd say, lower angle attack on HOKUSEIHO, but HOKUSEIHO just absorbed TAKANOSHO's charge, and he just strongly snapped him down. Now, reminding you that here on day 13, we have special guest today in the second half of our Makuuchi action, and in about 10-15 minutes, we will have him on the screen with us. So please bear with us for just a little longer, because he's going to be joining us, our special guest, former Makuuchi great, Rikishi. All right, let's move on to the next match. It is DAISHOHO and TAMAWASHI. So DAISHOHO and TAMAWASHI, this is the final match in the first half of day 13 Makuuchi bout. DAISHOHO enters with 3 wins and 9 losses. TAMAWASHI finally scored his first win of the tournament on day 12 yesterday. So he's now 1-12. What a sigh of relief for TAMAWASHI yesterday. He picked up the win, and he was 0-11 heading into yesterday, his day 12 match. But TAMAWASHI is one man I know that he is feeling much better because you never want to go 0 and 15 in this 15-day tourney, and Tamawashi finally got the job done yesterday. So 1 and 11 Tamawashi facing off against this man Daishoho 3 and 9. Now this is their first ever meeting between Daishoho and Tamawashi. Daishoho is Maigashira 17, so he is at the bottom of the barrel. There are 42 Makuuchi combatants, and he is the lowest ranked Rikishi at Maigashira 17. So 3 and 9 at Maigashira 17. He is on his way out, and he will be competing in Juryo in the upcoming November tournament. But I think he will regroup, and he will perform a lot better in November. Let's hope so. But 3 and 9 this time. It's been a dismal performance from Daishoho this time. Maybe he's not feeling well. So let's hope that if that's the case, let's hope he's on the mend. 3 straight Makekoshi losing records, and today he meets Tamawashi, who's feeling much better after scoring his first win yesterday. And Daishoho needs to gain his favorite weapon against Tamawashi. He does not want to go mano a mano in the thrusting or try to throw haymakers against Tamawashi because Tamawashi is a much better pusher thruster. If Tamawashi can play his game of pushing and thrusting against Daishoho, Tamawashi should have that day. But Daishoho, of course, has other ideas. He wants to stop Tamawashi from pounding him and get some kind of grip on Tamawashi because Tamawashi, he can fight on the Mawashi, but he's more of, again, a pusher thruster. So only one win so far for Tamawashi, the veteran, but he still looks energetic with plenty of juice. And that's why he's called an Iron Man again. So he made his pro debut in the 2004 January tournament. Long time ago, about 19 years ago, but he's never been absent. Not even a single day of absence for Tamawashi. So my hats off to Tamawashi because, as we say, best ability is availability. And he's always there. You can count him. A couple of days ago, remember he suffered a minor concussion after the match, but right away he got up and says, I'll be back tomorrow. And that's how strong Tamawashi is. So let's see how this one will turn out. This is the final match of the first half on day 13. Now, after this match, we will have a little break to switch the screen, and we will have our special guest joining me before we head into the second half of Makuuchi action here on day 13. So let's go. Here we go. This man is Tamawashi, 1 and 11. Daishoho 3 and 9. First ever meeting between Daishoho and Tamawashi. So it's hard to figure out who is going to win this match. Both men struggling in this tournament with a big losing records. Good charge by Daishoho. Tamawashi knocks Daishoho back, and Daishoho, does he have an answer? Strong noto with a stiff arm. Good follow through by Tamawashi, and Tamawashi keeps up the attack and defeats Daishoho. So Tamawashi wins on back-to-back days. He's now 2 and 11. Daishoho 3 and 10. Tamawashi will fight Oho tomorrow. Daishoho against Midorifuji. All right, thanks for joining us. And that's the end of first half. And now we will have a little break. So I'm going to take 5. And in the meantime, we will bring in our special guest for day 13. So please look forward to that. So we'll be back very soon. All right, thanks for joining us again here on day 13 of the September tournament. And hey, you had it right. All the chats coming in say, Kaisei, Kaisei, Kaisei. Yes, Tomozuna Oyakata, former Sekiwaki Kaisei-san is our special guest. Oyakata, thank you very much for being here.
こちらこそありがとうございます。よろしくお願いします。
Okay, so he'll be with us for the rest of the way. Please look forward to hearing his commentary, a deep analysis, and that'll be great. So, Oyakata, again, thank you for joining us. Let me ask him some questions. He is the first Sumo Prime Time live guest. So, what do you think of the channel? Oyakata, Sumo Prime Time 何回か出演していただいてますけども、このチャンネルどうも。
いやー、とてもいいですね。もう外国の方に、もうどんどん相撲を広がってもらっていいと思います。
He says that this channel is great because, with this channel, people around the world get to know. Great. So, Oyakata, how do you see this tournament? 場所、どう見てますか？
そうですね。もうなんか誰が優勝するかちょっとわからないですね。なんか結構今どんどん勝ってる人が負けてとかそういうなんかですね。ちょっと難しい場所ですね。
He says it's so difficult to predict because it's been so chaotic in this tournament that as I said earlier, he thinks more twists and turns could be on our way. でもwhat do you think of AOIYAMA? Why is he so effective?
そうですね。なんか前のAOIYAMAだと多分なんか緊張してちゃんと力は出なかったんですけど、なんか今場所はなんかあんまり緊張してなさそうな感じでちゃんと力出せるようになったんじゃないですかね。
He says he thinks AOIYAMA is fighting with less pressure because he's probably feeling a lot more confident about himself because all these hard training. So less pressure is the key for AOIYAMA, he says. Now, you competed at professional ranks for 16 years. Looking back at your career, what do you think of your sumo career? 16年間、お疲れ様でした。どんな思い出がありますか？
そうですね。まあやっぱ相撲取りになってよかったですね。もう短いようで長いようで短いだったんですけど、よかったと思います。
He says he's so grateful for Ozumo and he's so great that he become a sumo rikishi and he will trade for anything. Okay, now what was your happiest moment during your career? 一番
嬉しかったです。そうですね。関取上がった時ですね。十両上がった時とか、あと幕内、あと三役上がった時ですね。
Each time getting promoted to higher ranks when he made Juryo, Makuuchi, and the Sanyak ranks, those were his happiest moments. Now, among all the opponents you faced, who was the strongest? いっぱいいろんな敵と戦いました。誰が一番強かったですか？
やっぱ横綱白鵬ですね。
そうですか。どんな相手なの？
相撲うまいし、体柔らかいし、もうなんか何でもできちゃうって感じだったんですね。
He says Hakuho is the strongest opponent that he faced because he's almost do everything guy, Hakuho. He is flexible, he's strong, he's got a bunch of nifty techniques. Anyway, you look at it, you cannot beat Hakuho. So he says Hakuho is the strongest rikishi that he faced. Now, you're going to be having your, you're going to have hair cutting ceremony, Nanpatsu Shiki, after the tournament. 今どんなお気持ちですか？ How do you feel right now?
そうですね。まあちょっとちょまげがなくなるのは寂しいですけど、なんかやっと解放されるって感じですね。
Yeah, he says he feels kind of sad that his top knot, he has to cut his top knot, but he feels kind of like a refreshed mind because he now begins his new career as a coach. Oyakata, I'll be at your haircutting ceremony. I'll be cutting your hair too. So, ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. Yes, Sumo Prime Time will be there in his in Kaisei-san's haircutting ceremony on Sunday, October 1st. So please look forward to that show on Sumo Prime Time. All right, the second half of Makuuchi action is about to start, so we switch the camera. So please give us a moment. All right, second half, Makuuchi action here on day 13 is about to start. We have Mitakeumi and Asanoyama locking horns here. Mitakeumi 8 and 4, Asanoyama 7 and 5. 親方 both were former 大関。昔は大関。
大関です。はい。
はい。What do you think? どう思いますか、Mitakeumi。
そうですね。こっちはちょっと朝乃山じゃないですかね。なんか朝乃山の方が、なんか、相撲がしっかりしてると思いますので。
Alright, he thinks Asanoyama is the favorite in this match. 御嶽海全くチャンスがないわけではないです。
わけではないですけど、まあがっちり四つになったらやっぱ朝乃山ですね。
じゃあ御嶽海はスピードを使わないと。
スピードそうですね。がっちりがっぷり四つになる前に攻めていかないと勝てないですね。
わかりました。He says Mitakeumi cannot go chest to chest against strong Asanoyama. If they go into the Mawashi battle, chest to chest style, Asanoyama will have the day, he says. 親方、でも見てみたらね、御嶽海が6勝、Asanoyamaが5勝、とてもなんかイーブンというか、
なんか、
御嶽海 has the slight edge 6 to 5. So, だからこれもしかしてとてもエキサイティングな。
胸合わせたら朝乃山、御嶽海って感じじゃないですかね。
親方、Mitakeumi, how he smoked the SADANOUMI from the get-go, just style the sumo Mitakeumi should do. So here we go. The second half of Makuuchi action is a good one. Mitakeumi 8 wins and 4 losses against Asanoyama 7 and 5.
勝ち越しかかってますね。
Oh yeah, Asanoyama going for his kachikoshi right here. So let's see what happens. Kimura Konosuke is the Gyoji in the middle. Turns his goodbye forward. Two former Ozeki going head to head. Psychological warfare. Good initial charge by Mitakeumi. Yeah, left hand. Oh, 親方 the left hand.
弱手を取ったんですね。
なるほど。That's the key to Asanoyama's victory. 御嶽海ちょっとそこからちょっと何もできなかった。
何もできなかったですね。やっぱ回し取れて、朝乃山が力出るんで、あそこではもう朝乃山でしたね。
やっぱ左上手与えちゃダメですか。
そうですね。
親方 says the left hand, the lethal weapon of Asanoyama did the job for the former Ozeki against the former Ozeki. Mitakeumi kind of making a mistake that for allowing Asanoyama to seize the grip. Asanoyama moves to 8 and 5. Asanoyama じゃ勝ち越し。
勝ち越しですね。
勝ち越し。More wins and losses. Tomorrow he meets Shodai. Mitakeumi is now 8 and 5. He fights Nishikifuji tomorrow on day 14. やっぱ親方の勝ち越しはとても大切ですか。Is 勝ち越し very important?
そうですね。やっぱもう場所とりあえず最初の目標は勝ち越しですね。
勝ち越し。
はい。で勝ち越してからそこから星を伸ばして。勝ち越しが一番ですね。
一番。
はい。
He says every Rikishi shoots for kachikoshi, more wins and losses, and after getting that kachikoshi, they will try to go even higher to aiming to get the double-digit winning record. Okay, so Oyakata, next up is Ura and the Meisei.
Oh, yeah.
Ura is 6 and 6. Meisei also 6 wins and 6 losses. ということは、残りの3日間でどっちとも2つ勝たない。
そうですね。2つ勝たないと。
大変ですね。
大変ですね。もう最後の最後まで気合い入れてやらないとですね。
He says it's tough, going 6 and 6 because he has to win. Each of them has to win 2 of their 3 remaining matches to get a kachikoshi. 親方やっぱし最終日、千秋楽まで7勝7敗で勝ち越しが取れてないってとても辛いんじゃないです
か。それが一番辛いですね。もう最後の最後までもう緊張して、この一番で上がるか下がるかですね。一番辛いです。
友綱親方 says one thing you want to avoid is going 7 and 7 heading into the final day because so much pressure on your shoulders from when the day starts. Because if you win, of course you leave with a kachikoshi, more wins and losses. If you lose, you're gonna have the rest of the not only a day but for the next 2 months. you'll be really disappointed that you will be demoted to a lower rank. So 7-7 heading into the final day is one thing you really want to avoid. 裏とメイセイですけども、これはどんな取り組みが予想されますか？
そうですね。どっちともなんか何でもやる相撲って感じですね。メイセイもよく動くし、裏もよく動きますし、なんかちょっと何がなるか呼べないですね。
He says this is very unpredictable because Ura can do it all and so can Meisei. So expect the unexpected. 親方、これね、Can you do commentary on the Portuguese? ポルトガル語で解説できますか？
いや
で僕は分かんない。
ポルトガル語そうですね。誰かポルトガル語わかるんですかね？
Do you know Portuguese? I'm sure there are quite a few people who watches this channel can understand Portuguese language, but the rest of us cannot. So he can, but
just me?
Not today. Only him. So yeah. All right. So it is Ura. These two folks have met 6 times. 親方3勝3敗だからとても、they are 3-3 against each other. So dead even. In the July 名古屋では、Ura が押し出しで、Ura one枚押し出し、pushed out in Nagoya. でもUra昨日は例えば掛け投げで勝ったり、いろんなことをしますね。
いろんなことしますね。
Uraとやったことありますか？
ありますね。
どうでした？
苦手でした。
He says he just didn't like fighting Ura because Ura just came out with so many different tactics.
1回しか勝ってないんですよ。
Oh, he beat Ura only once.
しかもその時は向こうの反則負けで俺の曲げを引っ張った。
Oh, he won by Ura's default. He won by default because Ura yanked Kaisen-san's top knot. All right, let's watch this match between Ura and Meisei. Ura is 6-6. Meisei also 6 wins and 6 losses. Here we go.
さあ、立ち合いです。
Good charge by Meisei. Meisei knocking Ura to the edge, but Ura rallies. Meisei goes for the pull down. It doesn't work. They separate. Meisei attacking Ura, and Ura responds. Ura staying in the ring, doing a good job defensively. But can he go offensive against Meisei? Meisei attacking with all his might. Meisei taking the initiative, takes the Ura to the edge, but Ura recovers. Ura goes for the slap down. Ura goes for the leg pick. It doesn't work. Meisei and Ura going after each other hard, throwing haymakers. Ura stops Meisei, charges, and Ura steps to the side and brings Meisei down to the deck. Ura wins. すごいですね。
さあ、すごいですね。
突き落とし。
突き落としですかね。
What a match.
前で落とした時にシュッと。って感じですね。
Ura perseveres Meisei's heavy onslaught. Ura 関はすごくやっぱし守りもうまい力士なんですね。
そうですね。攻める時はもう攻めるし、もうずっと攻められてる時も守りもちゃんとできますね。
なるほど。あとなんか his center of gravity is low、重心がなんか低いような感じするんですね。
なかなか例えば自分だったら起こして押そうとするんですけど、なかなか起こさないんですね。
He used to try to bring Ura's center of gravity high, but he wouldn't. He would just stay low at all times. そうですか。
そうですね。もうあれも武器ですね。
7勝6敗、あと1個で勝ち越しですね。
あともう一つですね。
Ura goes to 7-6. Tomorrow, Ura fights HOKUTOFUJI. Meisei 6-7. He fights. Is it? その山。
五の山。
Okay, thank you. 親方、next up it is HOKUTOFUJI 7-5 against TAKAYASU 9-3. 高安さんは、高安関は優勝候補の一人ですね。
頑張ってほしいですね。
About 3 days ago, Takayasu injured his lower back, but he came back and he lost a couple days in a row, but he won for the first time in 3 days, I believe, yesterday. なんか2日3日前に腰痛めた感じでしたけども、でも昨日しっかり勝ちましたね。
そうですね。なんか高安関前からですね、腰が悪いんですけど、やっぱ自分も腰は悪かったんですけど、 腰は結構難しいです
難しい
ね
で。す
いつ来るか、
あー
いつ痛みが来るかわかんないです
あ、そう
ね。
なんですか。
は
You never know when the recurring injury, acts up. So he really has to be careful, and all of a sudden, he will feel the pain because he felt the lower back pain as well. So it's very difficult pain to deal with. Okay, 親方こんばんは。質問です。He has a question. Who is going to win the 優勝？誰が勝ちますか？
これは難しいですね。
Yeah.
さっきも言ったんですけど、
Question from 山ちゃん。はい。難しい。
ちょっと難しいですね。
Okay.
Very difficult.
Okay. まあ今日13日目終わった後もう一回聞いてみますね。
そうですね。
はい
ちょっといろいろ見てみないとですね。
Okay. So a lot of people watching from around the world.
パパベルって誰ですか？高安のこと。
Papa Yasu because he's become a
パパ。
father. お父さんの手が。
はいはいはい。
Yes. So HOKUTOFUJI 7-5, TAKAYASU 9-3. What about HOKUTOFUJI? HOKUTOFUJI は7勝5敗。先場所も優勝決定戦で、
はい
he lost in a playoff in July, but HOKUTOFUJI keeping up, a good record 7-5. HOKUTOFUJI の相撲は最近どうですか？
そうですね。まあ、北勝富士そうですね。もうなんかおつけて前に出るっていう相撲ですから、
はい
まあなんかちょっと難しいですね。調子とか、要は形はこれなんですけど、足が出てるか出てないだけで調子が見えるんですね。
HOKUTOFUJI is a hard pusher, but he can push really hard with his arms. But the thing is, he has to drive with his legs. His lower body is so important. Not only the upper body, but his lower body also must be in strong shape. 親方は、how were you against the pusher thrusters? 突き押し相撲相手は得意でした？どうでした？
まああんまり得意ではなかったですね。自分は右差したくて、でやっぱみんなそれ分かってたんで、なかなかさせてくれなかったんですね。
He was a Migyozu fighter. He would love to establish the right hand inside position on his opponent, but his opponents knew his go-to weapon, so his opponents were really stingy, not getting him that grip. So he had a lot of difficulty in his active days. OK, じゃあ親方、そろそろ北勝富士さんと高安、これ22回対戦して、高安戦が13球だから、まあ、イーブン。
そうですね。
はい。They met 22 times in the past. Takayasu leads 13-9. We'll see how Takayasu fights against Hokutofuji. Is Hokutofuji going to get his kachikoshi today, or can Takayasu remain in contention by keeping his 3-loss record? Here we go.
時間ですね。
はい。木村翔太郎 is the 行事。Good charge by Hokutofuji. Takayasu responds. Takayasu wants to take Hokutofuji back there. Look at the Hazuoshi, the armpit hold, and goes behind Takayasu and pushes him out from the rear. Takayasu goes out and he loses his fourth match. Could be a costly match or costly defeat for Takayasu. Takayasu 9-4. Hokutofuji gets his Kachikoshi, more wins than losses. Second consecutive Kachikoshi. Hokutofuji うまかったです。
うまかったですね。なんか高安関もあんまり元気なかった気がしますね。
Takayasu looked kind of with less energy today, he says.
ちょっと腰痛いんじゃないですかね。
Because of his back pain, maybe acting up. But Hokutofuji sumo was fast. とても速かったですよ。
早かったですね。そうですね。
はい。
いつもあそこら辺だと高安関粘り強いですけど、今日すぐ後ろ向いちゃったですね。
We usually see more tenacity, tenacious sumo out of Takayasu, but Takayasu kind of gave up easily today. I think he believes that he's banged up, and I believe that that's the case too. All right, Hokutofuji won today. Hokutofuji gets his kachikoshi. Tomorrow he meets Ura. Hokutofuji と裏の戦い、明日楽しみですね。
明日楽しみですね。
Tomorrow, Takayasu will try to bounce back when he meets Tobizaru. Okay, moving right along to the next match is ONOSHO, 8 wins and 4 losses against Tobizaru, 5-7. 昨日ね、yesterday when I saw ONOSHO's match, ONOSHO と富士さん見たら、立ち合いやって止まったんですよ。でもなんか成立してたみたいで、だからやっぱり行事が もう待ったって言わなければやんなきゃいけない。
そうですね。基本は、自分らが待った言わないと、行司さんはもうなかったって言っちゃうんですよ。
なるほど。
で、まあ、その、行司さんから待ったっていう時もあるんですけど、
はい、
やっぱ基本的に自分らが、これちょっと合わなかったって大きな声で待ったって言わないといけないんですよ。
なるほど。
じゃないと、もうそのまま続くんですよ。
Yesterday in the match, Onosho and Hokutofuji, it was a weird touchy eye at the start, and everybody thought it was a mata. It was a false start, but the bout kept going, and Onosho pushed Hokutofuji out. But Oyakata says, if you think it's a mata false start, you have to say it yourself, verbally, saying mata. And then the Gyoji will stop most of the times. So these Rikishi are responsible when they feel the mata should be called, they have to verbally say that they think it's a mata. そうですか。
またそうです。
なるほど。さあ、大野翔関が8勝4敗で、翔猿関が、翔猿関これ、this is 翔猿's third tournament fighting at the fourth highest rank of 小結。He is hoping to get his first 勝ち越し at 小結。小結3場所目なんですけど、まだ一度
まだ勝ち越してないですか。
どうですかね、チャンスありますか？3日。
今、5勝7敗ですね。そうですね。これ全部勝たないと、まあ、彼まだ若いからですね。まだ全然元気があると思いますね。
31 years old, but he says he's had a lot of energy left.
そう。まだ全然。
スピードもすごいですね。
スピードもそうですね。まだ元気いっぱいあるんで、頑張ってほしいですね。
はい。翔猿 enters day 13 with 4 straight losses. ONOSHO a winner yesterday, and he's already secured his kachikoshi yesterday at 8-4. These two combatants have faced off 5 times. Tobizaru leads the series 3-2. Oyakata, you watched sumo on a daily basis. Don't you want to fight again? またやりたいと思います。
いやー、もうあれですね。もう痛いことしたくないです。
He doesn't want to feel any more pain, he says. Yeah, a lot of people call the Kokugikan the house of pain. やっぱ相撲痛いですよね。
痛いですね。もう本当にもうたまに見ててうわーってもうなんか痛いなーって思いますね。
Yeah, he says he's done enough sumo. 16年間。
16年ですね。16、17かな。
17ですか。はい。Close to 17 years, so he says enough is enough. Okay, so 親方、大野翔対翔猿。
翔猿。
はい。見ましょう。
翔猿今4連敗ですね。
そうですね。
ちょっと。
4 straight losses for 翔猿。
そうですね。さあこれで抜けるか。
So here we go. ONOSHO hard pusher against Tobizaru, who's got a lot of tricky weapons and nifty techniques as well. Good looking charge, ONOSHO. ONOSHO pounds. Tobizaru answers. Tobizaru backpedals. ONOSHO wants to get a belt grip, but he cannot. ONOSHO keeps up the pressure on Tobizaru, and Tobizaru goes for the slap down or thrust down at the edge. And Tobizaru looks like he gets the gunbai. Tobizaru appears to be the winner of this match. Fighting at the edge, coming away with the last-minute escape victory for Tobizaru. 大野正直勝つと思ったんですけど。
なんかちょっと今物いいかなって思ったんですけど、なんか多分足残りましたね。Tobizaruの。
Tobizaru is the winner. He fought really well at the edge. And Onosho goes down. Onosho a poor finish against Tobizaru. So Tobizaru is 6-7. No makekoshi today. 2 more wins. He can get a kachikoshi. まあTobizaru関にとっては大きな勝ち。
そうですね。これで
6
勝7敗だから、あとまあ2つもあるんですけどね。これちょっと
やっぱし土俵際っていうのはやっぱとてもエキサイティングなことがたくさん起こりますね。
そうですね。
Fighting at the edge is very exciting.
そうですね。やっぱこういうちっちゃい力士はみんな土俵際だともうガンガン動けるからですね。
なるほど。
自分はまあやっぱ大きい力士はどっちか土俵際になるとあんまり変な動きすると怪我しちゃうんですよ。
なるほど。はい。
自分も最後そうだったですね。まあ土俵際でちょっとでも残って ちょっと動かそうともした足首怪我したりとか、そういうのよくあったんですね。
So Oyakata says, if you're small like Tobizero, you can move around quickly, because they got a good lateral motion, lateral mobility, so you can do a lot of, good techniques toward the edge and turn the tables. But when Rikishi is big like, Oyakata, it's hard to maneuver well at the edge because if they try to move, so quickly at the edge, they tend to injure themselves many times. So the Oyakata says, putting up too much resistance at the edge is very dangerous when you are a big Rikishi. And that's one thing he kind of avoided doing it because he didn't want to suffer any injuries. But smaller Rikishi, like Tobizero, can move around and fly. He's called the flying monkey. So he can move at the edge quickly, not quicker than these big Rikishi such as Oyakata or like Nishiki.
そうですね。やっぱ相手の体重と自分の体重かかってるからですね。
Yeah, not only he's carrying his weight, but his opponent's weight will also land on him sometimes. So that's how dangerous it is fighting at the edge. Okay, Oyakata, next match is Nishikigi 5-7 against Shodai, also 5-7. So Makekoshi on the line. The loser of this match will suffer a Makekoshi. 負けたらやったです。
Makuuchiですね。はい。そうですね。お互い、四つ相撲ですけどね、正代がもろ差しで、錦木はどっちか回し取れば力出るんですけど、どうなりますかね。
He says this should be a Mawashi grappling match. Shodai would like to establish that double inside hold. Nishiki can fight either way, right hand inside or left hand outside. 親方ね、Nishikigi is 33 years old. He's made 小結び33歳になって小結びになりました。どうですか、錦木関。
いやー、頑張ってますね。錦木関は自分の半年上なんですよ。だからもう自分より半年先輩なんですけど、ずっと
仲良く。親方は about the same age. 半年向こうなんです
よ。そうですね。相撲入ったのはもうほぼ同時だったんですね。
professional sumo at the same time, but he is older than Nishikigi, but so they 頑張ってますね。
頑張ってますね。よく会うときにおじさん頑張ってますね。
He says to Nishikigi-san all the time, "Hey, old man, you're doing well." Okay, let's go. 5-7 both men. Nishikigi against Shodai. Charged by Nishikigi, right hand inside, left hand outside. Shodai goes for a double inside, and he goes and he drives Nishikigi out in a hurry. As soon as Shodai established the double inside morozashi like Oyakata alluded, Shodai wasted no time in dispatching Nishikigi. So Makekoshi for Nishikigi 5-8. Shodai goes to 6-7. やっぱりもろ差しでしたね。
そうですね。この錦木が回し取ろうとした瞬間に、正代がさっと刺して前に出たんですね。
He says it was a great timing by Shodai because when Nishikigi tried to get the grip, well, that's when Shodai attacked simultaneously.
そうですね。あそこでもうちょっと待ったら多分錦木が回し取って、それは勝てなかったかもしれないですね。
He says Shodai, the key point in this match is that Shodai did not waste this golden opportunity. When Nishikigi tried to get that grip, that's when Shodai attacked. If Shodai had waited a little longer, Shodai probably would have lost the match. So a great timing on Shodai to go 6-7. Shodai tomorrow fights ASANOYAMA. Shodai とASANOYAMA面白いですね。
面白いですね。
Nishikigi meets MITAKEUMI. じゃあ錦木関はこれで小結びでいられなくなっちゃう。
そうですね。
またスタート。
まだまだ頑張れると思いますので。はい。
He says Nishiki with a losing record, he might lose his komusubi rank, but he'll be back. He says he still has a lot of energy. Okay. Yeah, it says yes, Shodai. Yeah, and I feel bad for Nishikigi. Nishikigi-san かわいそう。For Nishikigi. Hello, Kaisei. Nice to see you. Hello, Hiro too. So, hello.
Hello.
So, everybody ready? Sumo Prime Time. All right, thank you. So, here is Abi. Now, Abi is 8-4. 年越ししてますね。それで、6-6 is ことのわか。こ 琴ノ若、ニュー関脇。
ああ、そうですね。
やっぱし、関脇とか番付上がってくると、やっぱ大変ですか？
そうですね。やっぱ、どんどん、最初の上の方と当たるから、最初からはちょっと厳しいですね。なんかそういう当たり方。
場所の最初の方。
そうですね。初日からですね、上の方当たったりとか。
He says when you become a komusugi or sekiwake, right off the bat, right out of the gate, when the tournament starts, you meet like Ozeki, Yokozuna on a daily basis, first week before they are, fully tuned up. So it's hard to compete at komusugi or sekiwake.
そうですね。
琴ノ若さん、琴ノ若is 6-6. What do you think of his performance? 琴ノ若どうですか？
そうですね。新関脇6勝6敗で、まあ頑張ってますね。もうちょっと上目指してほしいですね。
阿炎関はどうですか？8勝4敗。ちょっと左に変化したりいろいろやってます。
そうですね。最近なんか2、3番ぐらいは横に動いたりとか、まあそれが彼の相撲じゃないですかね。
Oh, that's his style of sumo anyway. Abi's style, flying around at the, tachiai, using those tricky moves. So, hey, it is what it is. If Abi can fight well in that style, he says that's fine. 8-4 Abi and Kotonowaka 6-6. まあ、阿炎関も4敗ですから、まだまだちょっとあと2日ありますけども。
そうですね。まだチャンスがあるんですけど、あとはあれじゃないですかね、貴景勝関が。
そうですね。今日はやっぱ the biggest match of the day, of course, is between ATAMIFUJI in first place against TAKAKEISHO, right behind. But that bout coming up. So let's go to Kotonowaka 6-6, the Sekiwake against the -2 Abi. Kotonowaka likes to fight with his right hand inside, left hand outside. Abi likes to keep the separation. He is a hard pusher thruster. Abi been flying around to the side, going airborne in 2 of his last 3 days. So watch for Abi's initial charge. Good technique by Kotonowaka to slow Abi down, and Abi takes Kotonowaka's beating, and Kotonowaka convincingly defeats Abi today. Kotonowaka, the Sekiwake, goes to 7-6. Looks like an Oshidashi push out, and Abi now 8-5. Kotonowaka will fight Kinbozan tomorrow. Abi meets ATAMIFUJI. どうでしたか今、Kotonowaka？
そうですね。阿炎あまり元気なかった気がしますね。まあ勝ち越して安心したんじゃないですかね。
Maybe Abi-san is all relaxed now because he already has kachikoshi, 4 wins and losses secured under his belt, he says. That's his assessment. But Abi should not relax because tomorrow, 親方、明日のね、
明日の阿炎大関、阿炎どこにあるんですか？
阿炎関が、ほら、相手これ。
阿炎、ATAMIFUJI。
Abi versus ATAMIFUJI on day 14. So we're looking at Kotonowaka who went 7-6, but Abi must bring his A game and then some if he wants to deal with the 21-year-old sensation. Should be a nice match, but we'd like to see Abi with more energetic style. もっとエネルギー持ってATAMIFUJI関と対戦してほしいです。
してほしいですね。はい。これでお客さんが喜んでくれる体制をしてくれるとですね。
ただ、ATAMIFUJI関も阿炎関っていろいろやってくるからちょっとやりにくいんじゃないですか。
そうですね。まあATAMIFUJI馬力があるから、要は止まなければ阿炎関を押せるんじゃないですかね。
He says the key to ATAMIFUJI's victory against Abi tomorrow is don't stop. Just right out of the gate, just push Abi by applying a lot of pressure and just knock him back and out. And don't allow Abi to do any, hanky-panky stuff. Okay, let's go to Tsurugisho 8-4 and Wakamoto Haru 7-5. Tsurugisho.前頭16、16、勝ち越しで、マクローチ後半戦、今日は関脇相手、
そうですね。
大変かもしれないです。
そうですね。下の方でずっと相撲を取っていきなり 上の方と当たると大変ですけど、まあ、彼も勝ち越してるし、あとはまあ怪我しないで、まあ、勝てればいいなってしか思ってるんじゃないかなって感じですね。
The reason he says the Maigashina 16 competing in the second half and against Sekiwake is because Tsurugisho is one of the guys in contention at 8 wins and 4 losses. So he's raised up and meeting a much tougher opponent in Wakamoto Haru today. Wakamoto Haru gunning for his Kachikoshi, so could be a difficult opponent for Tsurugisho. He says that he hopes that Tsurugisho would not injure himself because he suffered with cellulitis and whatnot. He's been suffering with all sorts of ailments. But Tsurugisho is flexing his muscles this time, has already secured 8 wins. 若本春関はこれ7勝ですが勝ち越しかかってますから、これとても大切な。
そうですね。もうここからいちいち一番大切に相撲を取って、どんどん星伸ばしてほしいですね。早く大関とか上がらないとですね。はい。
若本春関は大関になる素質を持ってますか？ Does 若本春 have what it takes to become 大関？
そうですね。もう力強いし、相撲もちゃんとしてますし、もうこれで兄弟で上がったらですね、今度若隆景が帰ってきたらですね。そうですね。
He says Wakamoto Haru is very technique sound and very strong, physically. So he would like to see him and Wakatakakage both getting raised to Ozeki in the future. That'd be great, huh? Two brothers making Ozeki. Wakatakakage, we hear he's on the mend. He could be back in November, but we might have to wait until January after undergoing the knee surgery in April. All right. So Wakamoto Haru and Tsurugisho here. Tsurugisho with a loss to Urai yesterday. Wakamoto Haru defeated Kirishima. Wakamoto Haru 関は昨日霧島関をすごい強い相撲で倒しました。
はいはい、そうですね。
今日もそういう相撲ね。
力強いんで、もう左四つになったら多分誰にも勝てるんじゃないですかね。
He says, as long as Wakamoto Haru can get in the left hand inside, right hand outside, hidari yotsu, he can beat just about anybody in the game. We'll see what happens here between Tsurugisho 8 and 4, Wakamoto Haru 7 and 5. Face lap. Oh, inside position by Tsurugisho, but the right hand inside, left hand outside. This is the other way around. Wakamoto Haru wants to fight with. Tsurugisho fights better in this style, but Wakamoto Haru flexes his muscles, marches, but Tsurugisho holds his ground. Wakamoto Haru goes for a dashi nage. Look at the nodowa, and Wakamoto Haru doesn't rest, and Wakamoto Haru dispatches Tsurugisho by just stepping on the gas from start to finish. Wakamoto Haru wins in Migiyotsu style, which is Tsurugisho's strong style. 今日は喧嘩四つでTsurugisho関の右四つになりましたけど勝ちました。
最初はそうですね、右四つになったんですけど、途中からちょっと左四つになったんですね。寄り切るときに、あれは良かったですね。
It says in the middle of the match, Wakamoto Haru was able to gain his favorite left hand inside, right hand outside position, and that really turned the tables. And Wakamoto Haru had the day toward the end. So Wakamoto Haru Kachikoshi for the Sekiwake 8 wins and 5 losses. Tomorrow he fights Onosho. Tsurugisho now also 8 and 5. He will fight
Tsurugisho wa Hokuseiho.
So another foremost Rikishi loses. 4敗の力士がね、親方ね。これ金峰山関と北西方関。金峰山の北西方 4 loss Rikishi, they won both. だけど、この後半戦、御嶽海関、阿武咲関、阿炎関、みんな負けてます。
みんな負けてますね。
御嶽海、阿武咲、阿炎、all with the 4 loss records have beat the dust. And also Tsurugisho now. So I think the championship race is, the names on the leaderboard is becoming, smaller and smaller, fewer and fewer. Let's put it that way. はい。どんどん近づいてきましたけど、またね、次の取り組みありますから、こちら行きましょう。大栄翔関と大栄翔 vs 豪ノ山。大栄翔8 and 4、豪ノ山7 and 5。なんか初顔合わせ。
そう、はいはい、そうですね。
豪ノ山関が先場所は10勝を挙げて、
はい、
すごい押し相撲で関東賞にゲットしました。How do you see 豪ノ山？
豪ノ山そうですね。なんか立ち合いは強くてですね、馬力があるんですけど、大栄翔も負けてないからですね。大栄翔関も立ち合いが強くて馬力もあるんで、ちょっといい押し合いになるんじゃないですかね。
なるほど。He says we should have a good pushing and thrusting match, exciting pushing and thrusting match because Gonoyama has a good drive going forward, and Daisha also goes north and south with his strong style of pushes and thrusts. Daisho is the one who defeated AOIYAMA yesterday. AOIYAMA関を2敗にちょっと下ろしたのがDaisho
ですね。はい。
どうですか？
そうですね。なんか熱海富士が今気持ちこう乗ってるんじゃないですかね。勝ってるかなって思ったんですけど、やっぱ大栄翔やってくれましたね。
さすが大栄翔。
さすが大栄翔
ですね。He says AOIYAMA is on a roll, so he thought AOIYAMA will beat this man Daisho, but Daisho one-time champ. He really felt really impressive about Daisho's performance yesterday. So Daisho 8-4. Now, Wakamoto Haruzuki と大栄翔関 both two are contending for 大関 promotion. 大関狙ってるじゃないですか。はい。若元春関が8勝を挙げて、大栄翔関が8勝を挙げてます。やっぱり2桁上げることがこの三役としては大切。
そうですね。やっぱ大関狙ってる人は2桁勝たないと上がらないから、もうまだあと2番あるんですけど、頑張ってもらわないとですね。
なるほど。He says, in order to make Ozeki competing at Sekiwake or Komusubi, you have to constantly put up double-digit winning records. And Daisho is getting close. He needs 2 more wins to get 10 wins. Wakamoto Haru is now 8 wins, so he has to win on the remaining 2 days to reach that 10-win mark. Scoring double-digit winning record at Sanyaku is very important if you want to keep your name on the Ozeki candidate list. これどっちが有利とかありますか？ Who do you think has the advantage here?
そうですね。やっぱ大栄翔の方がもうまあそうですね。初顔合わせですから。
First meeting?
一緒に稽古したことあるんですかね。
そこはちょっとね。
そこがちょっとですね。全く初めてだったらちょっと読めないですね。
He says dealing with these first-time opponents is very tough, especially for the veterans, because they always, kind of coming with a good game plan. These veterans, but if they don't know how their opponents fight, it could be a big struggle for Daisho in this match because Gonoyama will go for broke and he will come out with all guns blazing, and Daisho will see how he rebounds or replies. だけど昨日は大栄翔関初顔合わせの熱海富士関とはよくやりました。
そうですね。まあ大栄翔関も突っ張りも押しもあるし、あと突き落としとかもよくやりますね。
He says Daisho is good at not only going forward north and south, but he has good lateral motion, lateral attack. Tsuki otoshi, thrust down or pulling down, hand pull downs, hiki otoshi moves. So keep your eye on that. So 8-4, Daisho against 7-5, Gonoyama. Gonoyama going for his kachikoshi right here. Daisho with a good offense, keeping Gonoyama at bay. Gonoyama rallies. Gonoyama going mano a mano with Daisho's pushing and thrusting attack. Gonoyama getting very furious, and it is Daisho going for the slapdown as Oyakata alluded. Gonoyama was going forward, but Daisho steps to the side a little bit, going backwards and hits the slapdown, and Daisho wins. やっぱり大栄翔関後ろ行ったり横の動きうまいですか？
そうですね。もう攻める時と引く時どっちもうまいですね。であそこで今の結果みたいに、もう攻めながらチャンスと思って、突き落とし引き落としとかですね。できたんですね。
He says, not only he goes after his opponents hard, but he looks at his opponents with a very calm manner. So this man is always cool, calm, and collected, and that's why he looks really fierce in his pushing attack, but he's also keeping his patience at all times. That's the Oyakata's diagnosis of Daisho Sumo. さあ、大栄翔がこれで9勝目9 and
9勝目だ。
4. Tomorrow he meets 霧島。お、ナイス相撲ですね。
いい相撲です
大栄翔
ね。
vs 霧島 and tomorrow Gonoyama fights Meisei. な、親方、the match of the day.
もう今日の一番ですね。
はい、maybe match of the tournament. It is AOIYAMA, the tournament sole leader at 10 wins and 2 losses, meeting or challenging Ozeki Takakeisho at 9 wins and 3 losses. Another Hatsukao Awase first time meeting. Takakeisho already has more wins than losses secured. He is taking care of the Kadoban situation, so maybe Takakeisho is feeling a lot better about himself. 高木正関はもう角番
抜けたからですね。
出しましたから、すご
もうちょっ
くちょっと
とリラックスできてそれるんじゃないですかね。あとは優勝を狙うだけですね。
He says Takakeisho is, keeping his eye on the Empress Cup now. 谷藤関は昨日負けました。でもまだ単独トップ。
まだそうですね。
He's the sole leader, 谷藤。
まだ全然いけると思うんで、あとはまあそうですね。まあ大関優勝してほしいですけど、お客さん的にはやっぱこういう新人が優勝するのが楽しいじゃないですかね。
He says it's Ozeki's job to win a championship, but at the same time, the fans in the stands are probably hoping for Atamifuji to knock off Takakeisho because fans always see the underdog defeating the top tier opponents such as Takakeisho. And Atamifuji, of course, Maigashira 15, Takakeisho, Ozeki. So it'll be a huge upset. Even though Atamifuji is the tournament sole leader, if he can defeat Takakeisho, it'll be a huge upset, and he'll take a huge step toward his championship here in the Akibasho. So we started out with Atamifuji at 10 and 2, Takakeisho, Takayasu 9 and 3. Takayasu already lost. Takayasu 負けました。Atamifuji 関がここで勝って2敗をキープする。貴景勝関が4敗に後退するとここで2つ差が出るんですね。
そうですね。
そうするとあと残り2日間で明日もう決まっちゃう可能性が出る。
ああ、明日勝ったらもう優勝しちゃうということですね。
ということは貴景勝関はそういう意味では頑張らないと。
ですよね。まだ優勝残りたいならですね。頑張ってもらわないと。
So it's mano a mano because Atamifuji is at 2 losses, Takakeisho at 3 losses. And if Takakeisho were to lose, there will be a 2-win buffer for Atamifuji after today with 2 days to go. So Atamifuji will find himself in a very advantageous position with the defeat of Takayasu earlier. So Takakeisho must rise to the challenge and defeat this man Atamifuji if he wants to make this tournament race, championship race exciting all the way to the end. いや、Atamifuji関これあれですね。前頭まだ2場所目。
すごいですね。なかなか、いや、まあ、そういうあれあるじゃないですかね。初めての、みんなと初めてやって、そういう、なんていうんですかね。ラッキーっていうのビギナーズ。そうそうそう。
あと相手もやりにくいかもしれない。
そうですね。それもありますね。
He says his opponents are probably having a hard time figuring out how Atamifuji fights since Atamifuji is a relative newcomer. Only his second top division contest. Now, Atamifuji has been fighting all these Sanyaku Rikishi. A couple of days ago, it was Komusubi Tobizaru. Yesterday, it was Sekiwake Daisho. Today, he meets Ozeki Takakeisho. So his competition level is rising step by step on a daily basis. 親方、おとといはAtamifuji関小結の翔猿関、昨日は関脇の大栄翔関。今日は大関の高木。やっぱり優勝を狙う力士っていうのはそういうふうに当てられちゃうんですね。そうですね。
自分一応もう新入幕で、9連勝をしたことあるんで、まあ一番下じゃないですか。もう気づいたら大関とか横綱当たってるから、もうしんどかったですね。
He says in his Shin-Yumaku top division rookie debut tournament, he had like a 9-match winning streak and he was in contention. He was one of the leaders. And Sumo Association officials raised Kaisei-san up against the Ozeki and Yokozuna toward the end. And he says it was very tough. Okay, let's go. Atamifuji and Takakeisho 10 and 2. Atamifuji and Takakeisho 9 and 3. Maybe perhaps the match of the tournament. Let's see who wins. Who wants the Emperor's Cup more? Tamifuji trying to solidify his footing. Tamifuji likes to fight right hand inside, left hand outside. Takakeisho hard pusher thruster. Oh, Tsukake, false start. Tamifuji.
ちょっと緊張してるんじゃないですかね。
Yes, 緊張. Oh, maybe he says Tamifuji might be a little stiff today.
かな。
So Tsukake for Tamifuji. Take two. Again, the match of the day, match of the tournament, perhaps. In this Akibasho Day 13, Tamifuji, the current tournament leader, versus Takakeisho at 9-3 in second place right now. You judge Tamifuji. Tamifuji advances. Takakeisho steps to the side. Takakeisho now goes after Tamifuji by going inside of Tamifuji. Good inside position. Takakeisho creates on Tamifuji, and Tamifuji loses on back-to-back days. So after 13 days of this Akibasho, we have a tie situation between Takakeisho and Tamifuji, both at 10-3. Takakeisho is one of two co-leaders after 13 days. Takakeisho やりました。
やりましたね。これで、さあ、誰が優勝するか、もっと分からなくなったですね。
Takakeisho 10-3、Tamifujiだから2人が10勝3敗、10-3。で、今9-4が、金峰山関、北西宝関。
北西宝。
はい。この2人ですね。
そうですね。大栄翔。
Yes, 大栄翔 also. 小林さん、thank you. So, 大栄翔。So we have that picture at the top. Figure out in first place are two men, Takakeisho and Tamifuji at 10-3 both, and at 9-4 are three men, Daisho, Kinbozan, and Hokuseiho. 2 days to go, complete toss-up. We don't know how this will turn out. Takakeisho Zeki tomorrow he meets Hoshoryu. Takakeisho Ozeki showdown tomorrow on day 14 should be a great matchup there. And Tamifuji again, he meets Abi. Let's hope he bounces back. Now the Musubi no Ichiban coming your way. It's a good one. It's the Ozeki showdown on day 13. It is 7-5 Kirishima against Hoshoryu 6-6. 親方早いですね。もう結びの一番になっちゃった。
もう結びですね。早いですね。
It says time flies. Yeah, so I agree.
Time flies.
Yeah. Joe Smith says Kaisei was great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Yes, as he says, having it streaming live is amazing. 本当はライブストリーム楽しいと。で、Thank you, Kaiseiさんに Hiro, please bring us more. もっとやってください。
もっともっと。ぜひぜ
ひ。ね、He says, yes, we should.
いつでも呼んでください。
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kaiseiさん。Okay, so, final match, 2 Ozeki. Kirishima is competing in his second Ozeki tournament. Hoshoryu, the new Ozeki. Hoshoryu Zeki の新Ozeki場所どう見てますか? How do you see Hoshoryu's first Ozeki tournament?
そうですね。まあ今6勝6敗だから、まあなんかちょっとプレッシャーがあるんじゃないですかね。なんか。
He says a lot of pressure riding on the Hoshoryu's shoulders as a newly promoted Ozeki.
そうですね。やっぱ彼もおじさんのあれ、あるんじゃないですかね。
なるほど。みんな。A lot of pressure because of his great uncle, former Yokozuna Asashoryu. ちょっと待ってください。スーパーチャット来ました。ワルボーズ047。ワルボーズ047。Thank you for your super chat. It says Mahalo Nui no Hiro. It must be from Hawaii.
Aloha.
Hang loose. Yeah. Camera staff and Kaisei for this evening's broadcast. He says, thank you. Aloha from Hawaii, Kaisei-san.
Aloha. Thank you.
Watch Sumo, and thank you for joining us here on Sumo Prime Time Live. We're into the final match. それで、じゃあ、あれですね、やっぱし、朝青龍関の名前出ましたけども、
はい
朝青龍、uncle is of course 25-time champ、朝青龍関ともやったことあるでしょ
いや、ないです。
ない
そうですね。
朝青龍
俺上がった時はもう向こう辞めて。
やめてた。he already had, hung up his mawashi when he entered sumo.
でも辞めてから向こうがなんか日本のイベントで、うちの部屋に稽古しに来たんですよ。で、その時はまあちょっと、まあ向こうも辞めて何十年だったから、まあ何十年じゃないですけど、経ってからだったんですけど、やっぱでも力が強かったですね。
So after Asashoryu quit sumo, but he visited Tomozuna's Oyakata's hair, and they trained each other. And Asashoryu, even though he had quit a few years ago, he was strong as heck. So, and Hoshoryu has probably what it takes to become a Yokozuna too. Hoshoryu関も横綱になる素質はありますか？
そうですね。まあ気持ちだけはもう横綱なれるんですけど、あとはそのなんていうんですかね。まあこれからじゃないですかね。横綱なれるかどうか。やっぱ新大関の場所はちょっとなんか苦しそうですけどね。
He says Hoshoryu has the potential to become a Yokozuna, but first things first, he has to deliver, he has to do well at the rank of Ozeki. Now he has to become better at handling all the pressure before he can step into the highest rank of Yokozuna world. So we'll see how Hoshoryu handles his Ozeki competition days. So watch here, Kirishima 7 and 5, Hoshoryu 6 and 6. What do you think of Kirishima's chances of becoming Yokozuna? Yokozuna になるチャンスは？
そうですね。霧島関も強いのは強いですけど、まあなんだろうな。もうちょっとなんかこう、まあこれからじゃないですかね。やっぱまあどっちともまだ新大関じゃないですかね。
確かに。
霧島関も新大関の場所で休場してて、まあほぼ新大関同士だから、まあこれから2人どんだけ目立ちますかですね。
なるほど。Oyakata says, same thing as Hoshoryu. Kirishima is only competing in his second tournament at the rank of Ozeki, so he has to get used to fighting at the second highest rank, and he must, do well, impress us, fighting at Ozeki before he can move up to Yokozuna. So this is only Hoshoryu's first tournament at Ozeki, second tournament for Kirishima at the rank of Ozeki. So we must see more from them before we can analyze their real chances, real shot of making Yokozuna. さあ、親方、結びの一番、時間いっぱいですね。
もう時間いっぱいですね。
These two will fight. どっちが有利ます？ Who do you think has the advantage?
そうですね。どっちも似たような相撲ですからね。まあ回し取って頭つけて、でまあ投げたりとかそういうのをやるんで、これもちょっと難しい取り組みですね。
He says they both fight in similar styles by getting a belt grip and going chest to chest, so it's hard to predict. So we'll just see how things play out. Here, the final match on day 13 of the Akibasho here on the Kokugikan, and we'll see how this one goes between the two Ozeki, Kirishima versus Hoshoryu. The 41st, the chief Yoji Shikimori Inosuke has turned his gunbai forward. Time to fight. Stepping to the side a little bit is Kirishima. Kirishima goes after Hoshoryu. They lock up in Migiyotsu, right hand inside, left hand outside, left hand solid grip by Kirishima. Let's see what Kirishima can do. Kirishima goes after Hoshoryu. Hoshoryu holds his ground. They're going after each other hard. Kirishima once again attacks, takes Hoshoryu to the edge, and he dispatches Hoshoryu. Looks like a Watenage or Yorikiri. Either the case, Kirishima is the winner of the match, and he goes to 8 and 5. Kachikoshi for Kirishima. Hoshoryu drops to 6 and 7. What is
角番抜けましたね、霧
Oh,
島。
that's right. Kirishima has now taken care of the Kadoban status.
まあ
He no longer has to worry about staying at Ozeki.
そうですね。あそこ最後がっぷり四つになったんですけど、やっぱ霧島の方が 下から攻めてたっていう良かったですね。
He says Kirishima was attacking from a much lower angle. His hips were much lower, and that's why he had leverage, and he was able to exert his strength and defeat Hoshoryu in strong style. Kirishima will meet the Daishoho tomorrow. Hoshoryu fights against Takasho. So, before we end, that's the end of the second half of Makuuchi action here on day 13. Before we say goodbye, we will switch the camera one more time and we will have a little more chat with Kaise-san before we go. So please give us a moment. じゃあ、小林さん、お願いします。Thank you. Kaise-san, Tomozuna Oyakata, Tomozuna Oyakata, thank you very much for coming today. And 今日どうでした？
楽しかったですね。
Oh, how was it? He says he had a great time. So, Kaise-san, please, to the camera, a lot of people around the world are watching this feed live. Could you give a final message?
はい。見ていただいた皆さん、今日ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much for watching.
これからもスモープライムタイムでお相撲を見ていっぱい楽しんでください。
Please keep watching Sumo Prime Time and enjoy Japan's national sport sumo.
これからもよろしくお願いしま
He
す。
says, これからもよろしくお願いします。Thank you very much, and we'll keep seeing you in the near future. All right, 親方、ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
Okay, 親方、so after 13 days, もう一回星の整理しましょうか。
はい。
10 and 3 is 10 and 3, Takakesho and Atamifuji both in first place. 9 and 4 are Daishoho, Kinbozan, HOKUSEIHO. Final prediction. 誰が勝つ？
誰が優勝するんですかね。なんかまあ俺は新人にかけます。
新人。Oh, 新人。Oh, he says Atamifuji is going to go all the way. Okay. I'm going to hold off my prediction because I got it wrong earlier. But anyway, Atamifuji is his pick. So we'll see how things play out in the final 2 days. Keep coming back on Sumo Prime Time for the final 2 days because we'll be back with the highlights of each of the final 2 days on Sumo Prime Time. But for today, thank you so much for joining us on Sumo Prime Time Day 13 live coverage. I hope the show was much fun for you as it was for us. 友澤親方、本当にもう一回ありがとうございました。
こちらこそありがとうございました。
Sumo
Prime Time.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching and joining us here on day 13 of the September Basho. For Tomozuna Oyakata, I'm Hiro Morita. Arigato for watching and sayonara.
Sayonara. See you later.